Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
It's the brother Nahoya.
Brother Kaya.
From the GMS New Orleans camp. And before we get started, I want to give infinite honors and praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kabadash.
and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the believers and the brothers around the four corners pushing this truth.
Shalom.
Shalom. And they have this quote, and it says, what didn't work out for you actually worked out for you. And we know that the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, sometimes he has to save us from our own selves. Because a lot of the times the things, our appetites, and the things that we desire is not conducive to our walk, our group in this walk. Some things got to be taken from us before it takes us out.
Yeah, those desires, right? I mean, those appetites going to desires, our pleasures, you know, the things we give mind to. So certain foods are put in place for us, all right? We have a table in which the Lord have given us as a spiritual diet, and Jake would say, right? And that way, on a large table, it's the sweets, right? It's because I'm using the, obviously the metaphor of food that Jake like. Sweets are good, right, to Jake. They taste good, but they're not what?
Profitable.
They're not profitable, right? So,
but on the other hand,
yeah,
you got the the bitter herbs and the more food that's not as savory,
yeah,
but it's the most healthy for you, the most conducive, all right, the most profitable for you.
And then you got the spiritual food, which is really what? The best of the nutrition plan that the Lord give to you. Give me Job 23:12. All right, because again, your belly or your mind is like a belly, all right, and it's taking in, different measures of nutrition, all right, which is, obviously, Jake don't, the way that we look at a table, all right, you can't be greedy upon tables, as it says, man, which this truth is a table, all right, and it's furnished with things that vitalize you, man, and energize you to continue to eat off the table, all right? But the minute you try to mix foods and make combinations and different things, this food got to be ate straight, all right? You can't digest it with something else, all right? You got to eat, particulars, meaning we're spiritually saying you got to stay up on the things the Lord told us to eat, which is really truly the word. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and you said you made a point about the mind being the belly, because when you think about it, you gotta watch what you digest, what your mind consumes. Whether that's like whether it's music, whether it's the crowd you hang around, the kind of people you hang around, all right? Because all those things can have an influence on you. When it enters your mind, it could pollute your mind.
Yeah.
So you gotta be mindful of what you digesting spiritually. Right?
Yeah. The Lord said, feed me with food convenient for me, meaning sufficient.
Yeah.
Right. So even when you digest something, you don't eat to get full, all right, but you eat to what? To stabilize you, man. All right. Because food is not a all day every time thing, or it's to your courtesy, or whenever you feel a need, you just gonna eat. That's not the proper thing for actual food.
Yeah,
which this word is like that. We didn't eat to just do it. Yeah, it's a medicinal purpose for it. All right, that's why you're supposed to eat too much honey. Right? Don't eat too much, because if honey was always good, then the Lord would say what? Always eat it.
Too much of anything.
Yeah.
It's bad for you.
Yeah, it's bad for you.
No matter what it is.
Yeah, even if it's good, it ain't expedient. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, this Job 23:12. It says, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips.
Go ahead.
I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food.
Yeah, so it was the food in which the Lord feed us with. All right, that food that the Lord gave us, he said that was necessary for him, right? Which is short for need. Yeah, it's more than his necessary food, which a man gotta eat to live. We get it. We can't just fast forever and not eat. But Job put emphasis on what was more necessary than actual food, right? Man can't live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord. Go ahead.
Yeah, because to eat spiritually is the principal thing.
Yeah, that's the high thing, right? So we worry about consuming the word, all right, and then digesting it, because then it'll supply our need. It'll be the abundance of supplying to us. Because even when, again, you actually eat, you get hungry again. But this word fills us up, man. It keeps us. Yeah, right. It's a delicacy. It covers all the things that we tweak for. Cause JB, won't eat, cause you gotta have your appetite is like kind of what you crave or want, right? Anything that we want is not conducive to production. It says, give me David said, give me neither poverty nor riches. Like, but just feed me with food convenient for me. Paul said, I know therewith to be content with whatsoever state I'm in. Right? Philippians, go ahead, bro.
Proverbs 30 and 8.
Go ahead.
It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Get that word food. Yeah. Because we talking about food, there's many metaphors in food. Right?
It says
the real food is this word, man. Right? That's why Yahweh shall say, eat me. Eat. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes.
Drink. Go ahead.
Is in a blue letter that word food, H3899. Alright. Lahim.
It's that bread.
It says bread.
Bread, yeah. Laham. But what's the bread from heaven? The manna from heaven. That's the true bread, man. You see? So when Yahweh shall say he is that bread from heaven, he was talking about what? The word. He is that word, man. Go ahead.
That was pretty much it.
That was it? Do you have a root? Sorry about root words. But a lacham is bread. Alright? That's why man can't live by bread alone. But this word gonna suffice you, man. That's for sure. You see? Jake out here. None of these people driving serve the fucking Lord. Just wilding out. You got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna read that Proverbs 30 and 8 again. I want to see something on it. Proverbs 30 and 8 in the NLT. It says, first, help me never to tell a lie. Second, give me neither poverty nor riches. Give me just enough to satisfy my needs. And that ultimately that need that need to be satisfied is our spirit. Because the appetites and the desires that our flesh wants, right, is not expedient for our walk or for our spirit. Right? Because the flesh want the carnal things. Right? But it's in the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. Alright, so as long as our spirit is continuing to be fed, alright, with the necessary food, then we able to keep going and keep propelling, man. Yeah, because to overcome the flesh. Your flesh gotta keep wanting. Yes, you gotta starve it out. Yeah, but when we get in this word, we're being satisfied. Oh, it's David said that. The word satisfied. David said, I don't know what the scripture is, but it's something about the word satisfied. All right, and David said it. Yeah. David said it. Satisfied. They got Psalm 132 and 15. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Satisfied, poor with bread. Satisfied. Oh, get Proverbs 13 and 25. That's going up. Looking at that. But the Psalms, it's something was satisfied me because Ezra says, swallow down wisdom, thy soul, in thy soul, all right? There's Psalms.
You got it?
In Proverbs 13.
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
Proverbs 13 and 25. It says, the righteous eat it to the satisfying of the soul,
Yeah.
but the belly of the wicked shall want.
So the righteous, read it again, brother. Oh my God. Read it in NLT too. Oh my God, brother. Read that again. And again, we weren't even looking for that. You know, call like God damn, brother, that's hard.
That's heavy.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 13 and 25.
Go ahead.
When we get an NLT first.
No. Read it regular.
KJV. It says the righteous eat it to the satisfying of the soul.
Yeah, because again, if you eat and constantly eat, then gonna get stuffed and tired, right? Eating is for strength, right? Princes, it said, woe to the land where thy king is a child and thy princes eat in the morning, and not for strength, but for drunkenness, right? Because again, if you'll get you see people eating, they get lazy, all right? You know, it don't suffice them well, all right? So again, when we eat, we gotta eat in portions, in measures, all right? So even with taking the word, we get it in measures and portions. We gotta get the milk, buy, then we gotta start digesting bigger food, fruits, steaks, everything, man. It's a measure.
Overstudying cause what?
Yeah. Weariness to the flesh. That's a good point.
Everything is done in, decent measure and balance.
Yep, it's done in balance. Go ahead.
Yeah, this Proverbs 13 and 25 in the NLT. I ain't finished it. In the KJV, it says, but the belly of the wicked shall want. Right? And we know the wicked, sinners, they're giving over to their flesh. They just want on. Right? They're giving over, they lust and their flesh have control over them, man.
Yes.
They're not spiritual. They corny. Right?
Get Psalms 132. If you read it in NLT, get Psalms 132. And start at 13.
Yeah, this Psalms 132 and 15.
Man, get 11. Cause right. Oh my God.
Psalms 132 and 11. It says, the Lord Yahweh had sworn in truth unto David.
Go ahead.
He will not turn from it.
Come on.
Of the fruit of thy body will I set upon thy throne.
Yeah, the fruit of his body represents the house of David. But he used the metaphor as the fruit of his body, which the fruit of the entire ministry is the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which grows us. All right. The fruit, it says the righteous yielded fruit. It tell you that in Proverbs. All right. But the fruit of his body represents his lineage. That's why the Lord said he gonna what? He gonna call back or build back the tabernacles of David. But that fruit is symbolic for building. All right. Which we eat for building, which the word is what helps us build. It helps what the continuance. A man name, a man continue his name is continue. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. It says a man continue. His continuance is what? To continue to teach his sons the law. That's his fruit, right? So your fruit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is this word. You use that to what? Teach your son. It says, tell thy sons and thy sons' sons. Yeah, all right, which that's the fruit of his body.
Yeah, it's a righteous fruit.
Yeah, but
teaching his son grieves the enemy.
And what make you actually reproduce well is the what? Be righteous, because it says desire not ungodly children. Yeah. Right, an ungodly child what? Despise the word of the Lord, man. So that's heavy, man. Yeah. We know it's the fruit of his body, is his lineage, but actually fruit is the growing of I'm gonna get that, man. Go ahead, keep reading.
Yeah, and righteousness endures forever.
Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, you want me to jump to the 15?
No, read down.
Yeah, this verse 12. It says, if thy children will keep my covenant.
Oh, hold on. This was Baba Gashah. I praise God. This wisdom of Solomon 16 and 26. It says that thy children, O Lord, whom thou lovest, might know that it is not the growing of fruits that nourish man, but that is thy word which preserveth them that put their trust in them. You see? So the fruit of David's body, the reason why he's multiplying his throne is because David put his word and his trust in the Lord. All right? It says David was a man after the Most High heart. So that means his spirit was towards the Lord. That's why he said what? I follow after thee hard, O Lord. right? But what he following after the word was the Lord commanded him. All right, so it ain't the growing of fruits that actually, you know, that's why Job said, I esteem thy word more than my necessary food. It goes with that. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, this in the Psalms 132, verse 12. It says, if thy children will keep my covenant.
Salaki. I gotta read verse 25, right? It says, therefore even then was it altered in all fashions, and was obedient to thy grace, that nourisheth all things according to the desire of them that had need. All right, but go ahead. And then I read that last one. Got it.
Yeah, verse 12. It says, if thy children will keep my covenant and my testimony,
go ahead,
that I shall teach them.
Go ahead. What? It's going back to, this is how he's gonna reproduce the fruit of David's body, right? This the building of the tabernacle, or the house of David, man. It's heavy, man. Go ahead, I
start from the top. Verse 12. If thy children will keep my covenant and my testimony, that I shall teach them, their children shall also sit upon my throne forevermore.
Come on.
Alright. Now I mentioned that righteousness endures forever. It says, verse 13, for the Lord Yahweh had chosen Zion, he had desired it for his habitation. This is my rest forever.
Go ahead.
Here will I dwell, for I have desired it.
Go ahead.
I will abundantly bless her provision.
Oh, abundantly bless her provision. Right? You need to get that in the NLT, because provisions is get that word too. All right. He will abundantly bless her provisions. All right. Which is going to show it. Go ahead.
It says, I will abundantly bless her provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread.
Go ahead. He will satisfy her poor with bread. Read that in the NLT.
Yeah, in the NLT, verse 15, it says, I will bless this city and make it prosperous.
Go ahead.
I will satisfy his poor with food.
But with food, right? Really, the Lord blessing us with the food is that manna from heaven, Yahweh Shai, man. All right? That's why it's important to understand the comparisons and the similitudes in which the Lord used food, man. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm getting that provision.
You got it.
Yeah, going to food.
Okay. Yeah, it's food. Yeah.
Yeah, so what didn't work out for you worked out for you.
It worked out for you.
You know? So the food necessary that we need, that's the food that's gonna work out for us.
That's it.
Not the food sometimes that we want, not the desires that we want, man.
Yeah.
But we're gonna receive the food that the Lord is ordering, man.
Yeah. We're gonna capitalize off the feast, man.
Yeah.
The supper. Because that's the only real food we need. But at that supper, it was so spiritual. It wasn't about the fact that they joined together to feast. It was the fact that they're going to be rejoined back together. All right. When Yahweh Shai left, that he would send them. When he left, he sent the actual bread and a manna from heaven. It actually said that. You know? So that bread had to leave the table where all the men was at, just so he can send that manna from heaven, which is way more spiritual than what? The flesh, man. Right? It was more important, he says, more important for me to leave, all right, than to be here. So he said, bless them. The Lord said, bless them that be in the world, right? Meaning what? Give them what they need to sustain themselves in the world, man. All right?
Yeah, just rather than just be taken out of it.
They had to be taken out. That's what, you know that scripture? Yeah, come on. Bring that out. We'll end it with that. Yeah. Like give them the provisions they need to be in this world, because they're gonna be here when Yahweh shall leave. You know, so he like, look, protect them as they be in here, all right? That we can make it back unto him, or he can make it back toward us. That's what it's all about, man. Just getting the kingdom of heaven, man. You know? So what you think didn't work out for you, you know, when the men of the Lord said, it's now the time to restore the kingdom of heaven, it actually worked out for them. You know, the disciples, like, Lord, you know, now is you gonna call back the kingdom of heaven? Like, no, not yet. Right? Because he still had to go to heaven. You got it?
Yeah, I can't.
You can't find it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, that's the point. Because in paraphrase, I ain't went to it in a while. All right? It says, you know, bless them that be in the world. Okay? Rather than, you know, taking them, what you mentioned, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was it, brother.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the point, man. Alright, prioritize the necessary food. Alright, the spiritual food. You know, rather than the carnal things. But Lord willing, that was edifying. Before we get out of here, I want to give infinite honors and praises to Yahweh
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
Alright, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the believers and the teachers around the four corners. Shalom.
Shalom.